You can use this one or this. This one has the.
Don't attach anything to me because then we're going to be switching this.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. So I think what you can just use this one if it's easier. We'll take that out and then I'll just put it on. So just switch it on whenever you're ready. Do you think you could clip one on and then switch because it's with our live streaming Jen's?
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah. Or you can just hold it.
So I'm not holding that one, so
You can hold both together.
they're not going to interfere with each other. Right?
I don't think so.
Just hand it to the next person.
Yeah.
Now is everybody on a cool vote? You ready? Good morning. Thank you all for coming. My name is Faris Zainelovich. I'm a senior attorney with CEO, lawyer, personal injury firm. As you know, our firm has been able to reach an agreeable settlement with Mr. Perry Green on behalf of our clients, and we're going to announce the details of that today. But first, please know that none of this would have been possible without incredible clients like these young ladies standing beside us. They are wise and mature beyond their years. Their parents should be proud of how they raised them, and our community is incredibly happy to have them with us. That being said, it takes two sides to reach a peaceful agreement to resolve conflict. And I want to commend Mr. Perry Green for coming forward, for admitting his mistakes, for offering and coming through with apologizing to our clients and their families, first privately and then addressing the media, and then furthermore doing what he was asked afterwards to try to make this right. Because Mr. Perry Green apologized publicly to my clients, they would like to respond to him in public as well. We will first hear from CARE representative Azka Mahmood, followed then by our brave clients, then the director of this masjid, and finally by attorney Ali Awad. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Azka Mahmood and I serve as the Executive Director at CARE Georgia, the Georgia chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations. CARE Georgia welcomes the news of the settlement between Mr. Perry Green and these three young women who were the victims of his Islamophobic harassment. While we're grateful to put this chapter behind us, we also want this to be a learning opportunity for the Alpharetta community at large, and we want to note that Islamophobia and hate of any kind has no home in Alpharetta or in Georgia. And if you do commit Islamophobic or racist attacks on anyone in this community, that not only is there a social, emotional, and moral cost, it will also cost you in terms of your wealth. So it's always better to think before you speak, and please do not harbor racist sentiments. At the resolution of this case, I would like to commend the leadership of Attorney Ali Awad, who has gracefully and maturely dealt with the situation, and these young women who have taken it upon themselves not to take it as a personal win, but to make it a win for their entire community. So with that, thank you very much for your presence here today, and we look forward to continued dialogue between Mr. Green and this Muslim community. Thanks.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Naeem Mullah. I'm the founding member of the board and as well as the current chairman of this masjid. We started all this with a real frustration just the day after, celebration of Eid. And now we are concluding with a really nice settlement, alhamdulillah, thanks God. So I would like to thank Mr. Green for, first of all, apologizing for the community, as well as coming forward with our requests and a generous donation to our masjid, inshallah. So I appreciate that, and the best thing that has come out of all this is our 3 young ladies here, and they have shown us what Islam is all about, what their parents have taught them, what they've learned in this masjid, what they are trying to teach their youngsters here currently. They are one of the youth leaders. One of them is a youth leader here. What we have something called as a Jafar Youth Movement. She is one of the coaches. So this is something that's come out of it as a very silver lining to the dark cloud that we had. So that is something really positive, and I appreciate what they have shown us to the Alpharetta community, as well as throughout the world. This video has gone throughout the world. This has shown us what Islam is all about, and I really commend them for how they acted, and also commend our brother Ali for leading this, guiding them, and Sister Azka and all the care team for taking care of them. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Nasreen, and I am joined here today by my friend Amira and Amna. On March 30, 2025, we were subjected to several minutes of attacks by a man who later identified himself as Perry Green, the ex-husband of Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. We first heard Mr. Green cursing at us in the parking lot of Avalon Mall in Alpharetta, Georgia. As he was walking towards his vehicle, he noticed us 3 Muslim ladies near our car performing one of our obligatory prayers. Clearly, he saw us as an easy target. 3 young women who were praying out of everyone's way. At the time, we didn't think to record. When we finished our prayers, we began picking up our prayer mats and heading back to the mall to complete our Eid holiday celebration. Yes, this was during Eid al-Fitr, one of the only 2 Muslim holidays of the entire year. As Mr. Green approached us with his vehicle, he started yelling and cursing at us. He kept getting louder and louder and more aggressive. And that's when we decided to take out our phones and record him, hoping he would stop. But he didn't. In fact, it emboldened him and made him even more to continue harassing, cursing, and verbally assaulting us. We never cursed back or retaliated because we were scared for our lives. Ever since American politicians and media outlets started putting a target on Muslims and dehumanizing Palestinians, we knew that we had to be careful in our own homes. Even though we are all American citizens, born and raised here in the United States, that didn't matter to Mr. Green. He told us to go back to our destroyed countries using more colorful words, and we pray to a false god. That's what he said. The recording part of the altercation was a whole 3 minutes. As we tried to escape from him, he continued to follow us in his Tesla truck to intimidate us and keep us from leaving. We honestly could not believe that this was happening. Shocked, we posted the video online to show people how Muslims are being treated in America. The video ended up going viral, and within 2 days, CARE Georgia helped us issue a public statement. The following day, we retained attorney Ali Awad, the CEO lawyer, to help us navigate the civil case, since Alpharetta police said that there was no crime and we weren't going to do anything, and they weren't going to do anything about it. I want to be clear that we do not care about money or media attention. We care about safety, security, and equality. We wanted to help to make sure that this type of incident does not occur again, which is why we all agreed to donate the entire settlement to our local mosque, Masjid Jafar, to combat Islamophobia. Even though we are all in college and will rack up debt as we continue our education in medicine, marketing, and early childhood education, it was more important to us to invest back to our communities. When Mr. Green reached out to our attorney, he asked to give us and our families a private apology. We believe he was sincere in his apology, and it's certainly helped that he sat for Friday prayer to become more educated about Islam. It's not our right to question his intentions, but it is our responsibility as Muslims to lead with the prophetic tradition. In Islam, we show grace even to our enemies. Our hope is that even when the people who once hated us will learn to accept us as equals, nothing more. Today, I want to tell Mr. Green that we accept his apology, and we hope that he will continue to treat others with fairness, respect, equality, and dignity. Thank you very much.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. This is our greeting of peace and blessing to each and every one of you, Muslims and non-Muslims alike. Today, I am here to announce that a settlement has been reached in the case against Mr. Perry Green, the ex-husband of Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. Before I share the amount, I want to be clear that this would not have been possible had Mr. Green not reached out to me personally on Instagram at CEO Lawyer and requested to meet with the family. Within 24 hours, we facilitated a meeting for him to issue a private apology first, followed by sitting in on the Friday sermon, and then a public apology to the world. And most importantly, the settlement would not have been reached had my clients not accepted the apology. In coming to this amount, we wanted to show grace because Mr. Green came to our community and issued an apology that my clients believed was sincere. And in trying to figure out what the amount needed to be, we wanted to show that we are not looking for money. We are simply looking to be treated as equals, nothing more. So our clients agreed to accept the bare minimum that we could possibly calculate, which is the minimum car insurance amount in the state of Georgia. And how did we come to that number? Because I am a personal injury lawyer. I'm a civil advocate, and I represent clients all over the United States. And in reaching a settlement, you have to know that this is a discounted rate. This is a rate that both parties mutually agree on. And the amount that we settled for was $25,000 per minute of hate speech. Mr. Green issued a check to Masjid Jafar in the amount of $75,000 just 6 days after he issued the public apology. We believe that this is a case of first impression, meaning there is no case law that will tell you what a case like this is even worth. But it's very important to note the grace and the respect and the dignity that my clients showed, and most importantly, that they accepted his apology. So today, I'm here to put this matter at rest and to notify our community that this matter has been resolved. And in the Islamic tradition, when an enemy comes and apologizes and brings their head down and opens their heart to give you what my clients believe was a sincere apology, we accept it and we move on. Thank you so much for joining us today. I will take your questions at this time.
You said it's $25,000 for the 3 minutes that were recorded. What about the minutes that the lady said happened before the camera started recording?
Like I said, we wanted to show an amount that was extremely reasonable and discounted from the total value of this claim. And because we have evidence of 3 whole minutes of hateful rhetoric, that was the benchmark that we used. And we decided that since the minimum insurance is $25,000 in the state of Georgia, that for every minute of hate speech that Mr. Green exemplified, the fee would be $75,000 total for full and final release of all claims.
Is this just about the apology, or do you feel like there's more here where it kind of maybe sets an example for others to think twice before they consider saying hateful things?
As my clients accepted the apology and decided to give the entire amount to their local mosque, and they are college students, they will continue to rack up debt. They wanted to show that this is the way that Muslims carry themselves, that Muslims will show grace and dignity even in times of vitriol and hate, and even when our United States government is sending bombs to the Middle East to kill Muslims every single day, even as there is an ongoing genocide in Gaza right now. We don't take our frustrations out on someone who was simply uneducated. So our goal is to educate the public first and to show them what true Islam really is.
Question for the young ladies, if you're willing. Talk to me about the apology, what that was like hearing from Mr. Green, and what made you think it was sincere?
So Mr. Green reached out to our lawyers and he wanted to apologize to us. He wanted to apologize not only to us, but also to our families. And on Friday, he came about an hour early from the Friday sermon, and he spoke to us privately and our families. He spoke to us for about half an hour, talking about how he was miseducated and how he wanted to become educated about Islam. Not only this, he also wrote us all letters, each one individually, expressing his true apology and expressing how he wants to learn more about our religion and how he should not have treated anyone the way that he treated us on Sunday. So we truly believe that his apology is sincere, and we hope that he goes forward never repeating something like this again. And the people who saw what he did to never try to repeat what he did. Because as we saw here, it costs money to talk the way that he talked to us. And it costs dignity to come in front of the press and publicly apologize to us, and to privately apologize to us. Therefore, we do believe that it is sincere.
Are there any caveats in the settlement about what you can or cannot say about Mr. Green publicly?
This settlement was a full and final release of all claims. In part of the settlement agreement, we agreed that confidentiality would not be a part of the settlement, because I believe it's important for the public to know that there is a punishment for hate speech. This is not speech that is protected under the First Amendment right. Speech that incites violence, especially given the context of how Muslims are treated in America and abroad, it is important that people understand this type of speech will not be tolerated and it needs to be addressed. And today we believe that it has been held accountable.
Can you address the lack of actions from the Alpharetta Police Department? Or was it Johns Creek or Alpharetta?
Yes, so the Alpharetta Police decided after watching the video that no crime had been committed. In fact, I believe the specific words that they used in the email that they sent to us, we believe there is no crime here and we will not proceed with it, that there is nothing to do here. Obviously, there are criminal matters and civil matters. We are simply proceeding with the civil matter today, although it is up to the authorities to decide whether there is any criminal liability here. Ladies and gentlemen, if there are no more questions, then we will close this press conference. Thank you so much for joining us today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.